Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another book review. I recently finished the second book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. This one's called Clockwork Prince, and Tessa has a choice to make in this one. She's got two men vying for her affection. She has Jem on the one hand, or his real name is James, or Will. Now, one is more traditional, um, reliable, predictable, well, except in some instances. And then you've got Will, who's impulsive and has his own free will. Ha! Sorry, I couldn't help it. I just had to. But, this has some interesting plot twists in it that I really enjoyed, and you have more of the, steampunk kind of, mood to it, involving, a demon clockwork army that's being built by another one of the characters, and adds more intrigue to the tale. And the fact that it takes place in Victorian era London, I think, gives it more appeal, especially with the opium dens and the addiction that was running rampant at that time. And there are demon dens too that are mentioned, and just the Enclave seems to be a very fascinating place as well. And as usual, Clare weaves a really ripping good yarn, and I was completely transfixed by it, and I'm just looking forward to reading the third chapter. And of course, Tessa finally has a kind of happy ending here, but it doesn't really leave it at that. It kind of leaves you wanting more. And then there's a new character that's introduced at the teaser, and then they have a codex that they have available for fans like myself who are just uh, scrambling to get their hands on these books. And if you like steampunk, I definitely recommend this because it's different than anything else I've ever read or written. I wrote a story called Mistress of Electricity, and I created a female Nikola Tesla, basically. Um, that was a lot of fun to write. Just very entertaining, and I really was happy with the results. I have another story that I'm going to be writing in the very near future, and it's going to sound like a ripoff of the Infernal Devices, but it's not, basically because I call the story Clockwork Magister. It takes place in the Victorian age. I really wanted it to. And from what I wrote from the dreams I've had about it, there is a legend. This is a legend I made up. I don't know if it actually exists, but there's a legend that a clockmaker and a repairman could outwit death, but he disappeared. This spans over 210 years until the present time. The clockworker is still among us, and it's kind of takes on that whole idea of, if you've seen Merlin in the final, well, it's not really the final season, but what was purposed as the final, when Arthur dies, and you know, it broke my heart, and I bet a lot of other fans feel the same way. But you knew it was going to happen if you've read the original legend. Arthur dies very young, and it just fits with that. But Merlin actually knows that Arthur didn't truly die. Yeah, there's something very interesting in that. And you see Merlin walking the cities of London and England in the present day, and I thought, yes, I want to do something exactly like that. He's going to be a character that's similar to Merlin in many ways. So I can't wait to write this, and I'm going to write it in the very near future, but I'm working on some other tales right now, and getting back to my original topic, I really feel that this book is even better than the first book, and I should have read the Infernal Devices first, but since the movie Mortal Bones was coming out, I just had to, so I'm glad I did, or I probably would have been like, had I not read Cloud Atlas before actually going to see Cloud Atlas, and seeing the movie and becoming completely, totally confused and not knowing what the devil was going on. So I'm really happy that I did, because it gave me more insight as to why the characters had the motivation that they did. And I don't know if they're going to greenlight an Infernal Devices um, series. I don't think they will, because Mortal Instruments, City of Bones, according to the statistics, the first film really didn't gross so well, and they're saying it's a ripoff of Twilight. It really isn't. It's not even close to Twilight, and don't even compare it to that tripe, because Twilight's a bunch of trash. No offense. I can say with wholehearted fervency that I am a Twi hater, but I'm not to the point where I would say, oh, you have absolutely no taste in literature because real vampires don't sparkle and all that. No, I won't go into a debate about that, because that's just, that's lowering myself to their level, and I'm not like that at all. I just don't think that the critics knew what they're talking about. If had they read the book, then they would know that this has absolutely nothing to do with Twilight. It is totally different from Twilight. Um, but there's still that kind of central theme of a woman who has to choose between two suitors. So I guess that's why they said, oh, it's kind of a parody or spoof or satire of Stephenie Meyer's Twilight. I really don't agree wholeheartedly, but nevertheless, I like it, and I really enjoy this particular series because of the just how versatile it is and different and unique. But I am looking forward to reading the third book in the trilogy, prequel trilogy, I should say, and seeing how it all ends and trying to understand where all the pieces fit together. It's starting to make sense to me, and it's really quite interesting, I think. And a lot of other books I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Allegiant, which will be the new book in the um, Divergent series, which I absolutely adore. I think it's even better than Hunger Games, and seeing that they're actually making Divergent, which I applaud wholeheartedly, I will be seeing it. It comes out to cinemas. I will have some time to wait, but I'm going to see Catching Fire just because I'm a huge Hunger Games fan. I'm really looking forward to what is it? House of Hades, which is the next book in the Lost Olympians. Rick Riordan, once again, I'm just super tickled that he decided to write another book. I don't know if it's the final one in the series, but he just never ceases to amaze me. He's just so gosh dang prolific and just a literary genius, and when he puts pen to paper, he just creates a whole world that you just become lost in. And his understanding of the Greek gods or their mythology is right on cue. I think he does his research properly, and I commend him for that, because I follow that closely, and I'm just a huge fan of Greek myth. If you haven't noticed that from my past reviews. But other than that, there really isn't a whole heck of a lot of what I'm reading, though. I am going to be doing some more reviews in the very near future. So stay tuned, and I shall see you next time. Shalom.